Hello, beautiful humans. Okay, so I'm back. I know it's been a while, but I'm back and I'm gonna share my list. I made a list. I like making lists. This list is 22 lessons that I've learned at 22 because I'm 22 years old and I'm gonna share some wisdom with you. Number one, we don't have all the answers. Nobody has all the answers. Nobody's ever going to have all the answers. And that's just something you have to accept. And until you accept it, you won't be free of that anxiety. Because once you make peace with the fact that you don't have all the answers, at that point, you'll be able to start accepting things as they come into your life. 2. You are allowed to have more than one passion. You are allowed to pursue various interests. You are allowed to be something that doesn't necessarily fit into a box or a specific classification that people expect. You are allowed. You are allowed to do that. Number 3. You are allowed to let go of toxic people. You are allowed to let go of toxic people. People who no longer serve you, bring value to your life, or spreading negative energy and are just generally not good for you. You can let them go. Bye bye, baby. Bye bye. And whether it's friendships, relationships, any ship, you can just let them go. And that's okay. It's not going to be the end of the world. People come into your life and then they leave. Number 4. This one is specifically aimed at the people pleasers. Like, on some level, I'm still a people pleaser. I'm a people pleaser in recovery. You are allowed to say no. You can say no. And you don't have to agree. You don't have to say yes. And putting yourself first. Right, I wrote this down. I wrote this down. Putting yourself first does not make you selfish. And if someone is saying you're selfish for putting yourself first, then the problem is not with you, the problem is with them. So don't let them make you feel guilty for prioritizing yourself. Because if you don't take care of yourself, how are you going to function as a human being? It's simple. Okay. It's simple, but like in our heads we don't grasp that. But it's okay to say no. What number is this? Number 5. Number 5 is that you can quit. Sometimes we start something and we think it's going to work out this specific way, and then we feel that we shouldn't quit because we aren't committing to the thing, but this thing no longer serves you, or it's fulfilled its purpose in that given amount of time, and it's lived its span, it's completed its course of life. You are allowed to quit. You can let go, because just because something served you in a specific period in your life doesn't mean it's going to serve you forever. So it's okay to let go. My next point is that you are allowed to take breaks. So this is something that I struggled with for quite some time, where I would push myself to a point where I would actually be physically exhausted. So much so that I had to stop. Not because I was taking a break, but because I physically had to stop because it was no longer good for my health. And my body was telling me, you need to take a break. So, just because you're taking a break from something doesn't mean you've given up on it. If it's something you believe in and something you continually, is that a word? You still want to continue with and still pursue. You are allowed to take a break from it and come back to it. In fact, taking a break will allow you to approach the specific task, project, whatever it is, with new and fresh perspective, because you've given yourself time to regain and regroup and regenerate the energy. And you are ready to come back with fresh eyes. So don't be afraid to take a break. It's not always a bad thing. Comparison kills. That's what I'm saying. It kills your passion. It kills your drive. It kills your want to do something, because you're putting yourself against someone else, and you're putting two like different scenarios against each other. You didn't grow up with the same circumstances as that other individual. You didn't have the same goals when you were younger. You didn't start at the same time. You don't have the same thoughts and ideas and the way you approach things. So you shouldn't be comparing yourself to the next person. And honestly, it kills that wall inside of you when you compare, because you're constantly going to be looking at them and saying, why can't I be like that? Why am I not at this point yet? What am I doing wrong that they are moving forward so quickly? When you don't have all the information and you don't have the same resources, experiences, you can't compare. So don't. Don't do it. Don't do it. Comparison kills. Comparison kills. Number 7. So we all have something called a gut instinct. And what I'm telling you is number 7 is to trust it. Sometimes we make decisions for a reason and we don't know at that given point in time, but somewhere down the line it reveals itself. And then you can clearly understand why it was good for you to make that choice in that given time. And usually we don't see things as a bigger picture, we just see it in the current moment. I don't know if that's something that you go through, but like I know I do sometimes, where I don't see the bigger picture immediately. So you'll make a decision. Don't sit and fret on it. Don't overthink it. Just trust your gut. Trust your decision. You made the decision in the moment. So move on from it. Move forward. Try and find the next thing to do. Just go on with life. Happiness is not a destination. Everybody, or at least most people, speak about this thing called happiness, like it's somewhere that you need to get to. However, happiness is not a destination. There's no specific point in your life you're going to reach where you're going to be like, oh wow, I finally reached happiness. Ooh, it looks really nice here. The sun shines all day and the clouds are made of candy floss and they don't affect my teeth and give me cavities. That is not something that exists, bro. So keep in mind, happiness is not a destination. Happiness is in the everyday things. Happiness is a constant thing that's present throughout our lives. We just need to look for it. And you can find it in little things. You can find it in moments of gratitude. You can find it in your relationships and your family. It appears in different ways. It's not a destination. It's not something you're going to reach. So it's not something you should constantly be searching for, you, because it's present. It's present in your life every day.